I know that you're not a liar, and I know that you could set fire this day. Go ahead and make me look away. Strike me, I'm calling your lightning down from your dark hiding place. Go ahead and show me your face. This verse is what starts the entire 21 Pilots discography, because this comes off of their very first album, 21 Pilots, self-titled, and is the song Implicit Demand for Proof that came out in 2009. And since then, 21 Pilots has gone on to have a legendary career, because after this, they recorded Regional at Best, they did Vessel, they did Blurry Face, Trench, Scale Nicely, they did the live stream experience. They came up with this whole entire story that is now taking place over 3 albums, and they've been tying it back to all of their old albums, and we are picking out pieces and finding little Easter eggs that contribute to the Dima storyline, and they goes all the way back to Vessel. Some will argue that it'll go back to self-titled, some will argue it goes back further, and people are making connections all sorts, and songs are getting new life, they are getting new meaning, especially songs off of Vessel, especially songs off of Blurry Face, some songs off of Trench, they are getting new meanings as we go deeper and deeper into the storyline, and this is one of those videos that we are making connection all the way back to self-titled. Good morning, good afternoon, or good night, depending on when you're watching this. How's it going, guys? First off, I hope you're having a good day today. Hope your day is going well and hope it continues to go well. So, first off, I do want to point out that Implicit Demand for Proof does contain the word Dima in it that we all have seemed to miss. We get all the names of the Bishop in the Blurry Face album, but Implicit Demand for Proof has the word Dima right in it. But that's not this theory, that is just a little thing I like to point out every now and then. This theory actually comes from a very, very lovely and very smart clicky, and this of course is Patience. Patience on the Twitter machine and Patience on the YouTube as well. They do theories on their YouTube, they do covers on their YouTube as well, so I definitely link Patience all Twitter as well as YouTube down in the description box below, so that way you can go follow them, because they deserve all the support in the world. They are fantastic people, they are super smart, and definitely show some support. Definitely go support Patience. Anyway, let's get right into it. This is the Implicit Demand for Proof connection to Dima storyline meaning. I need to work on that title, but let's get right into it. What if Implicit Demand for Proof is actually about Nico, a thread, and hear me out. Firstly, I want to say that it's extremely unlikely that Implicit Demand for Proof was written about Nico himself at the time that it was created. It was pretty clearly about God, but there are some interesting inconsistencies that should be discussed. Tyler telling the subject of the song to send his lightning down from his dark hiding place. This seems to be really unusual wording for a Christian to use when describing God, as he is the source of the lighting in their theology. In context of the song, it makes more sense than it normally would, but is still something to notice. If I was thinking of a dark hiding place, I would think that would fit more like Nico, a shadow in the corner. Tyler says that God stands in the trees, not in the dark. Tyler later challenges the subject to show him their face. Thinking about Nico again, remembering that he is Blurry Face and that his face is always covered by a veil, this could also be something that's said about / to him. Tyler then asks, why won't you let us use your name? We know that Nico's real name is Nicholas Bourbaki, and that is only used ever once in any lyric in the entire 21 Pilots discography, and at the concerts, whenever it says his name, the lighting turns red. And I think it's fair to say that Nico prefers his nickname and doesn't want his full name to be said out loud. If you give it a listen and think as someone who is subject of Nico, I mean no disrespect, singing about to him, the song makes a lot of sense. Even if the song wasn't originally about, there could be a chance that those characteristics of Nico / Blurry Face could be based off the lyrics. Seems interesting to me. Now, this theory is definitely super interesting and definitely well thought out. And of course, my favorite part of this is the part where it points out where God, in Implicit Demand for Proof, is in this dark hiding place versus in the trees, and definitely in the Catholic faith and the Christianity. God's never in this dark hiding place, gods up in heaven or in the clouds, as portrayed in a lot of Western artwork. So it really makes no sense for God to be in a dark hiding place. However, Dima, as we know, is very dark, very gray, as we've seen from all the videos during the Trench era depicting Dima. Very dark, and the bishops do seem to hide, and they aren't really in the city boys. They are just kind of looming around. So it is definitely really interesting, especially when we take a step back and think about that 21 Pilots has been tying the whole entire discography to their lore, because once again, as everyone will point out, a car, a torch, a death from the first album talking about Clancy. We get a car and Heavy Dirty Soul, we get the torch and the Banditos, then we get a death with Clancy is Dead. Then we make ties to Taxicab, we make ties to March to the Sea, because a particular synth that Tyler uses during one of the bridges is the voice is saying Dima. It is actually super interesting, and I have it downloaded on my other MacBook because I love it so much. I'm making these ties all the way back to self-titled, making these ties all the way back to Vessel. And like I said, like a lot of people will point out that they probably thought of this idea throughout the hiatus, then progressively found ways to tie them in during lockdown, during the hiatus, during the Trench tour, during the Bandito tour, trying to find ways to tie it back to Vessel, trying to find ways back to self-titled, possibly even to regional at best. Some people say no fun intended. I think that's a little far-fetched, but definitely I can see all the way back to self-titled, because like I said, Car, Torch, Death, we got March to the Sea, Implicit, Demand for Proof, even the Isle of Flightless Birds you can make an argument for, and they're more cooking on a little theory when it comes to car radio. It's actually a bit more obvious than to be expected, but I definitely think this theory is super interesting, and I would love to know all your thoughts down in the comments section below. What do you think of this theory? Do you think the Implicit Demand for Proof Tyler made, flipped it, turned it, and spun it upside down to make it about Nico, or do you think that it's not? Please let me know down in the comment section below, because I'd love to hear from you. If you have any theories, definitely tag me them on Twitter at JLAndersonMusic. You can go to the JLAndersonMusic Discord server, link down below, and leave it in the theory channel, or you can email it over to the email I have set up, gooddaytop21@gmail.com. That will also be down in the description box below. Definitely love to hear your thoughts, definitely love to hear your theories, and I will see you all tomorrow with another video. So I'll see you guys then. Goodbye and good night. More importantly, have a good day, and I'll see you later.